Well, good morning, everybody. I'm David Scott. Finally figuring out how to record by camera and to put this stuff online. So thanks for hanging in there with me. I just got a quick story to tell you this morning. Something that I learned that has really helped me a lot in my life. Years ago, I used to go hunting from time to time. Sorry for those of you who don't like anything about hunting, but that's what I used to do. And I had a trip planned to go into the Adirondacks, which has some very remote areas. It's not like hunting around, the Catskills. It has some very, very remote areas. And so at any rate, I was preparing to go, and my wife, who's just a sweet, wonderful person, was looking out for me, and she said, "Make sure you bring your compass." And I thought that was odd. I was like, a compass? I've never really used a compass while hunting before. I have a really good sense of direction and knowing where I'm going, and I realize not everybody has that, but it's one of my few talents. And so I questioned her on it, and she said, please, just take the compass. She goes, "I don't want you to get lost." So, okay. So I took the compass, and I go up the Adirondacks. There's a friend of mine that lives up there. He's just very, he's just a great guy and great sense of humor and so forth. And it's his cabin. And we were basically in the middle. I mean, we had to walk 3 miles to get to his cabin, and you can't drive to it or anything. You could take a boat to it, but that's about it. So anyway, we're there, and the next morning, I get up, get ready to go, and the other guys aren't ready yet. And my lack of patience, I said, "Okay, look, I'm going to go, and I'll meet you up where we're going, and I'll see you there." So I started going up, and up this hill and a mountain, and the direction I felt like I should go in. And when I got to where the first spot that I thought I was going to be, I wasn't there. So I was like, I feel like I'm not quite in the right direction here. Something's wrong. So I pulled out. I decided, well, I should head this way. And while doing that, I pulled out the compass, and the compass was a little bit telling me I should go about 20 degrees to the right of where I thought I should go. And so I said, nah, the compass isn't right. I'm going to follow my own instincts here. So I did. I followed my own instincts, pulled out the compass several times. Several times it was always to the right, about 20 degrees off. I just followed my own way, and eventually I got lost. And being lost where I was something where I had to contemplate how I'm going to spend overnight, and with bears in the woods and so forth and so on. So, it wasn't a fun time. I'm not going to get into the details. I eventually found one of my hunting friends. He was lost. So anyway, you get back to the cabin. The guys who had the cabin came out looking for us and shot a gun off and so forth and found us. And so anyway, we went back to the cabin, and my friend said to me, us Adirondack boys, we have a cheap compass in our pocket like you do. I went, "Oh, really?" "Yeah." And he goes, "Yeah, but we also have a very expensive one in our pocket, and we use that to test the cheap one." I went, "Oh, I'm all ears. I'd like to hear this kind of wisdom and be prepared for next time, And he goes, "Yeah." So he said, "What happens is we get out there in the woods like you did, and we pull out the cheap compass, and it doesn't tell us to go exactly where we think we should be going." He says, he says, "Then we pull out the expensive compass, and we put it next to the cheap one, and it tells us the cheap one was right all along." And I felt so embarrassed. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. He's basically, in a jokingly way, telling me, you should have been trusting your compass. Long story short, I realized that every instinct I had of my own going wasn't like totally the wrong direction, but it wasn't the right direction. And I realized that we need help from each other, from God, from the truth. We need help in order to know exactly where to go and how to do it, even if it doesn't coincide with our own instinctive or the way we think it should be done. And I've learned that my pride gets in the way of actually following the truth and doing what's exactly right to do. And sometimes it's not easy, but you have to swallow your pride. You have to realize, nope, I may be good at some things, but I'm not a compass. And the compass in my life is other people helping me doing and finding the way that I should be going, as well as the truth that I find in God and His Bible. So I'm just letting you know that guys, gals, swallow your pride. You don't always know exactly the way to go, and when you think the cheap compass is wrong, remember there's always a more expensive one out there that'll let you know the cheap one is right all along. Okay, I'll see you guys later. Thanks.